What's going on, my credit fiends? As you can see, it's a new place. So if you guys want, we'll be doing that apartment tour if we need to, if that's necessary. However, how did I get my client $10,000, a $10,000 credit card? That's what we want to know today. All right, so where did he get this card? Where, you know what I'm saying? How much was it? Blah, blah, blah. 10K credit limit. Okay, and where he got it was DCU. Now that's Digital Credit Union. That's all it is, Digital Credit Union. Okay, 10K credit card. How did he do it? All right, so I started him from zero. Okay, I had added him onto two of my cards as an authorized user. One of those cards was Discover, had a limit of about 4,500, 4,400. It was a little bit less before that, and then once I added him, they bumped up the limit. So he had that on reporting on his profile. Then I added him to another card. It was a Capital One card that had an 8K limit on there. I added him to that one. I added him to a third one, but I did have to end up taking him off of that card. That one was, I believe it was around 12K. All right, so he had that one reporting on his credit report for about a few months until I had to remove him off of that one. So then he would just had those two. All right. He also had obviously he was employed, right? And then he also had a car loan, which he later on, about a year after, refinanced with DCU whenever he got his, or not refinanced, but financed the new car through DCU when he got the new car about a year later. So all this time he's building up that history because of my cards, and then because he got the loan through them, he was able to establish that relationship. You know, he only had the loan for about a month or so, but he did have the bank account open already. So he had the bank account open. He didn't have necessarily any deposits going in there. He put a little bit of money in there. No deposits going into that specific bank, but he did end up getting approved for a car loan through them. Now the car loan, I believe, was about a little over 30K, all right, through DCU, even though he already had another car loan as well that was also around that range. Now, obviously this depends on your income and stuff like that. He had about a $50,000 to $60,000 yearly income. So that's how they were able to do that. So to get the 10K card, you know, just not automatically are you going to get approved for that just because you have the income for it as well. So obviously he had the income to where he could get approved for that amount. However, his credit score and his credit history was not going to allow him to get approved for that. So being on my cards and having that type of history, reporting on his credit report, and also with him having that comparable credit, because I told you the highest ones were 44, then he had 8, and then I believe there was a 12 on there that was reporting just for a few months, and then that had to get removed. So all that was showing up on there, okay? And then when he went to go and apply, obviously credit unions are really good, and this specific credit union is also does very good with the high limit credit cards and things like that. So you guys really got to jump on that. All right, so the 10K card, he was able to get that just after like a year or so. And now he's probably not even going to need me anymore. I can go ahead and take him off of those two cards if I wanted to, but it's not really necessary in this case. However, now he has that comparable credit on his own. And all he has to do is just use that card, make on-time payments, keep the percentage, you know, at least below 30%, but good to be 0 to 10%. And then he can keep going on and on. Now he's got low inquiries because I was the one that had his cards showing up. So my cards were showing up on his credit report. So that way he didn't have to have any hard inquiries. So that was basically like his first hard pull for a credit card besides, you know, the car loan. So maybe he had 3 inquiries, if that. So that's how I was able to get him approved for that 10K card. Now he can go really run it up. He can go to the other credit unions and things like that after some time, give it about 3 to 6 months, and he'll be able to go over there and do the same thing. Now, of course, he has to have good standing on the card and everything. But like I said, if he continues to use that card, make on-time payments and things like that, the other credit unions are most likely going to say, why not? You know, other banks like Chase and things like that, and Discover might be a little bit more, you know, on him about that. However, this right here, nah, they gonna give it to you. That's all I got for you guys today. We feeding for that credit. Hope you guys stay hungry for that credit. If you guys need me, drop a comment down below. Ask about my mentorship. Check out my other videos on how I have over 20 plus credit cards and things like that. A lot of my other videos are very helpful. So a lot of people aren't checking those out. So go check those out. This, just like this, is going to give you the sauce. Catch y'all later. We fiending for that credit.